The year is 1914. Europe is burning. The sound of cannons has replaced the sound of church bells. The air is thick with the scent of gunpowder, and the earth is thirsty for blood. A summer that began with pride is now buried beneath a frozen winter. A war that was supposed to last weeks has become an endless nightmare. In the mud and cold, thousands of soldiers lie in trenches layered with dirt and the dead, unable to tell day from night. Beyond the barbed wire, an enemy hides in the fog. But maybe, in moments like these, no one truly remembers what they're fighting for. It's December. Christmas is near, but not here. Here, on the Western Front, in the mud of Belgium, among swamps and corpses, there are no trees, no candles, no bells. British, French, and German soldiers on either side of a lifeless field, face to face, separated by only a few dozen meters. In the cold nights, random cries echo, and scattered shots tear through the darkness. Some pray, some smoke, and some just think of home. Inside the trenches, soldiers cling to old family photos, a piece of stale bread and a cup of cold coffee, passing the last days of the year. And no one knows if they'll be alive for the next Christmas. December 24th, 1914, Christmas Eve. From across the field, in the German trenches, a sound begins to rise. At first faint, then clearer. Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht. A stir-ladi that has echoed through holy nights for centuries. British soldiers listen. Some smile. Some are moved to tears. Then, from the other side of the field, a response. Voices in another language, but with the same feeling. Silent night, holy night. The songs blend in the cold air. For a few precious minutes, the war falls silent. Only voices remain. Voices and humanity. In the light of candles and small lanterns, something stirs in the hearts of men. Something no bullet or bomb could destroy. Christmas morning breaks. Mist hangs over the earth, and the silence feels strange. Through the fog, a shadow emerges. A German soldier, helmet on, no weapon. In his hand, something white. Maybe a cloth, maybe a flag of peace. He steps forward, slowly, carefully, toward the enemy. From the other side, a British soldier peers out of the trench. His gun is lowered, but his finger trembles on the trigger. The German shouts, "Merry Christmas!" and a voice replies, "Merry Christmas!" Enemies smile in the mist. One offers a cigarette. Another shares a piece of chocolate. Gifts instead of bullets. They shake hands, share smokes, show each other photos of their families. In the middle of a muddy field where death ruled just yesterday, now the sound of life and laughter echoes. But this was only the beginning of the miracle. They didn't yet know that in just a few hours they would play football right there on the battlefield. The pale winter sun rises. Soft snow rests over muddy ground. Soldiers in the middle of the field, no guns, no fear, talking, laughing, breaking bread together. And then, from one of the trenches, a small ball is tossed. Not a ball of war, a football. German and British soldiers, with disbelieving smiles, tighten their muddy boots. And right there, in the same bloody field where hundreds died, they begin to play. Goalposts made of soldiers' hats. The pitch, the same dirt that was death's domain yesterday. But now, the sound of joy has replaced the sound of gunfire. Maybe in that moment, none of them were thinking of country or command. Only this: they were human, and for a few hours, alive again. When someone scored, even their enemies smiled. In that frozen field, the spirit of peace danced. But the next morning, a loud whistle pierces the air. Orders from high command. End the truce. Return to your posts. The soldiers look at each other, their eyes full of doubt. How do you shoot someone you shook hands with yesterday? But war shows no mercy. An order is an order. And in a soldier's world, disobedience means death. Fire bullets fly once more, screams return, and the earth is thirsty again. But none of them are ever the same, because now they've seen the enemy's face and learned that he too is human. Months passed, years passed. World War I dragged on for over 4 years. Millions died. But in the middle of all that blood and mud, that night, that tiny truce shines like a star in the darkness. The soldiers who shook hands that night may not have survived, but what they didn't just make it into history books. It lives on in the heart of humanity. That night, in the midst of war, humans remembered themselves. They remembered that before being soldiers, they were human. They remembered that beyond the barbed wire, there was someone with a mother, with love, with dreams. Maybe the cannons roared again, but in the hearts that drew closer that night, that tiny peace never died. Christmas, 1914. The night when war, just for a few hours, forgot it was war. And mankind remembered it was human.
Like, share, and subscribe to Faded in Time.